I'm going to grill Larry a little bit on the subject of the 51%. This is Andrew Bogie of All Product Design grilling
Larry Robertson with AON Invent.
Larry, I've heard it and I don't believe it. If I have an invention, you think that I'm going to sign over 51% ownership to you, and that somehow this is getting me the best deal that I could get. Tell me about it.
In most cases, yes, and not every case. In some cases, you may be able to provide those services on your own. Mm-hmm. I will say that the chances of that are few and far between, but I certainly recognize the possibility. First of all, the reason that we have to take control of the invention once it's submitted, we have to know, Andrew, that once you hand me your invention, your concept idea, I need to know for an absolute fact that when my team and I are out here traveling through Northwest Arkansas, visiting with the consumer products industry leaders, that you're not in, Boise, Idaho, Missoula, Montana, or San Diego, California, talking to 5 other people about the same thing. Because if that happens, the first thing that the potential licensee will do is to throw up their hands and say, forget it. Mm-hmm. You guys don't know what you're doing. You're muddying the water hole. You're already talking to our competitors, that sort of thing. And then everybody loses.
Right. So what you're saying, 2 points I'm getting from that is, first of all, once I sign this over to you, I can do nothing with it myself.
Absolutely.
And the second thing, it sounds like the credibility of AON Invent is on the block when it comes down to this, that you have to maintain control. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly what I'm telling you. We do this not to, it's not out of greed, it's not to bully the inventor, it's actually to protect you, the inventor in this case. It's to make sure that we protect the scenario where the CPG recognizes that we are speaking from and negotiating with ultimate authority over this intellectual property. We're not one of 15 places that are kicking the same idea around. And they need to know that when they make an agreement with us, that it's the final agreement. Mm-hmm. They're not going to have to, meet next week with the inventor and their next door neighbor and their next of kin and a half a dozen people that may have had some input into the invention. So it's all about making efficient use of the time of the potential licensee, and with our model, we're able to do that. Now there's another benefit to that helps us to attract licensees. Mm-hmm. For one, of our 51%. First of all, from the first revenue that we receive in the licensing agreement, Andrew, as you know, we return 100% out of first monies in. 100% of your fees are returned to you. Right. So if that's a paid submission at $249, if that's a step 3 at $3,000, out of the first funds in, you get all your money back. Secondly, out of our 51% of the remainder of the deposits and retainers and of the royalties that would come in from that product, we're using that to pay for all of the legal expenses for the utility patent for that product that will be in your name as the inventor, so that the CPG company doesn't have to deal with that expense. We're also supplying all of the engineering and tool-ready design package so that idea can go to the invention and right into tool production, tooling manufacturing immediately, and we're absorbing all that cost. We provide that in one neat little package to the CPG. So essentially, we're using the vast majority of their retainer that they're paying for your invention. We're using it to pay their cost. So the question is, how do we make money? First of all, we're banking on the fact that if that item goes into production, we're going to see more than one production run. We're not doing this we're not looking for items that are going to produce 3, 4, 5, 10,000 pieces. We're looking for items that are truly going into production for mass retail. Maybe whether it's in specialty or whatever, we're looking for items that we think have legs that are going to produce substantive quantities. And we believe enough in our own ability to pick good items, and we believe in the efficiency of our model and the credibility that we have with the CPGs to be able to, I guess, put our resources where our enthusiasm is, right. And bank on the long-term income stream from that item.
Right.
As you know, Andrew, if we don't license the
Yeah.
item and create an income stream from it within 270 days, we relinquish all of our claim on that product.
Yeah.
It all goes back to the inventor, and whatever we have accomplished on their behalf at that point would be to your benefit, and we would lose control of that unless it's a situation where we're so confident that the idea is still viable that we're willing to pay the additional $4, $5, up to maybe $7,000 in additional legal fees to get the full utility patent, which we would do at our expense.
Wow.
And still to the benefit of the inventor in order to extend our agreement to allow us to consummate that licensing transaction.
Well, very interesting. Now, I also heard a rumor, okay, just as a last point, clear this up. I have heard that there's CPG companies that you have approached, that's consumer packaged good companies that you've approached with the AON model, and they were disinterested until they understood about the 51% rule. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And because immediately many of these companies have realized, even with as efficient as they are and with their huge engineering and design and legal teams and whatnot, that it often takes well over a year to get an idea from concept into production.
Right.
Using our model, they can actually be ready to go into production in many cases within 30 days or so from signing a licensing agreement with AON for your invention. We're looking forward to hearing more about those inventions and concepts as soon as you can put your videos together. Pick up the phone, give us a call, go to our website, and order a step 2 evaluation. We're seeing some really good ones, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Absolutely. Thank you.